Hi, it's Kelsey from Junk Journal Magic. I saw a video last week. Ingrid Carlsen posted on what she's doing to organize her acrylic stamps. I've done this before about 2 years ago, and ever since I try to slowly keep working on it to not get behind where I have just stuff piled everywhere. But what I did was I took all my rubber stamps off the wooden blocks. So basically, what they tell you to do is to heat up your wood block rubber stamps in the microwave for 90 seconds, and then you pull the stamp off. And then you're supposed to take this Easy Mount Thin Static Cling mounting cushion and add a new one to the back of your stamps. See, I got a whole packet. Never opened it, never did it. They work just fine without it. Basically, all you do, where did I put it? Put it somewhere. Basically, you get restickable glue stick, which is Elmer's. I just bought a 2-pack of this at Ross for $2.99, maybe a week or two ago. It was in a video in a haul. And you put it on the back of a stamp. This one's still sticky, but if it's not, like my owl, a flying owl, you just put a little bit on there, because see, he doesn't stick to the stamp plate. You just put a little on there, stick him down, and now you cover him, ink him up good, and ink whatever. Works great. And then when you're finished, because it will dry, you take a wipey, you wipe off the glue, and you're good to go. I learned all this from Artymaze. She's crops up quite a bit in my videos because I'm saying Artymaze does this, Artymaze does that. This was an excellent tip. So I do that, but you don't have to worry. Most of the time, these things are sticky on the back. This one isn't. I just removed it. I kind of filmed it somewhat. I didn't make you sit there the whole 2 minutes or 90 seconds watching it go round and round in the microwave. But I took these off, and when I pull them off, I turn around. I have some acrylic sheets. I'll have links to those in the description box below, and I just put them on the sheets. And then I don't have any more of these really thin, or maybe they are the same. They are the same. My friend sent me some stuff in these 2 envelopes. I don't know what they're called. Pockets, paper, 12 by 12 inch paper pockets. I don't know. And what I would do is I just put an acrylic sheet in there, and as I pull them off the wooden blocks, I just stick them right on the sheet. And they're in here. If they move, it doesn't matter. And you can see what they are. If it's an acrylic stamp, I'd handle things a little differently. This is where people think I'm kind of crazy, because I cut off the stamps I want from sets, and I save those, and then I give the others away. I've given them to a friend's daughter. I've given them to my mother. Anybody who'll take them, I'll give them to them. So somebody, I won't send them to Possum Patty. I think I sent her so many she was overwhelmed. But maybe I can find someone else who wants some stamps. But I do need to work on a few of those. You just basically find your stamps that you need to clear out. And these were all from Temu. I'll show you quickly what they look like. But basically, this one is Dollar Tree. There was something I wanted, or like this set. It's crows or ravens. And there's a cute, okay, it's not really cute. Where there is light, there is shadow. That's a little deep. But there's a nice little saying that I can use. I might keep 1 or 2 of the birds. But usually they send you little things that I will never use. So I don't keep them because I have no room for them. I wanted this one. Okay. When I'm looking for freebies on Temu, because I went to order some things, and usually you spend $25. And if you're lucky, they'll offer to give you 4 or 2. Today they offered me 8 freebies. I'll get something like this set me find something white to put behind it. This set had some different interesting things, mostly for mixed media. Let me take it out because you can't really see it. Ooh, why don't I do this before I start filming? But basically, you get some nice documentation sort of stuff. I like this word. I swear I have this already. I might keep the copyrighted, and Milk of Sulphur is a fun label. Here's like an old check. But I wanted Journey for sure, I knew. So I just picked them because you only are allowed to choose from what they offer you for free stuff. And I got lucky. I thought, I love that word Journey. Hey, I don't have to pick out every letter from an alphabet and set it up just correctly so I can stamp it. It's ready to go. So that's why I get things like that. And then I'll end up trying to find someone who wants stamps and send them all the stuff I knew I couldn't keep. That's the problem. I know I can't keep it all. So I like this one. It looks natural. Of course, there's time. He's standing on the hourglass. That implies something. So does this one with the skull. So, you know, I'll probably keep these things because I do a lot of nature stuff and I'll use them. So, let me show you what I do. I get out my scissors. I take the back cover off because it's the least sticky. And then I just cut out the pieces I want. I actually kind of like these little herbal things. Let me show you. They're like tiny little branches. I'll keep those. Someone will want this, especially now that it's Halloween. This one, okay, we take the back off. And then we just start cutting out the things we want to keep. And all these will go in. I guess I'll have to go this way. I don't want a bunch of teeny tiny pieces. So I'll just keep a few of these things that are around here. Around the Journey. There. I'll keep that piece and the rest will be there for anyone who takes all this stuff off my hands and wants to do mixed media. I try to put them back on the little backs. That way, it keeps the acrylic stamps clean. But these are tacky enough, they will stick to the acrylic sheet enough so that they don't slide around. And I mix the rubber and the acrylic together. I usually try to put like all the birds and butterflies in one. But my problem is every time you get more, you find that there's no room left on that acrylic sheet. So it's hard to organize everything. This one has some nice art sort of stamps. I am not going to keep them all because I don't need them all. But the last thing I need is happy birthday. But I do want B-E-E, because I do a lot with bees. They're in nature, you know. They're Kelsey. Okay, so I want this paintbrush and create. I have so many little monarch butterflies, I do not need another one. But I don't mind letting that go. The butterfly. It will be a nice little perk for whoever graciously gives these a new home. But I want these little paint tubes. And then everything else will stay on this sheet. And go to somebody else. Like I said, I'm not going to torture Possum Patty by sending her more. I'm sure she's trying to still find places to put the ones I sent her. I didn't like these butterfly stamps. I don't know why. They're going to find a new home. They're up for adoption. Does anyone want to adopt some stamps? Here are the butterflies. Those sayings with this were just awesome. I could not wait to get a hold of those. So there's that. And these, I'll put all these sayings back in here too. See, they don't really slide around. They kind of have a little suction to them. And this thing, I only wanted this, whatever that is, foxgloves, I guess. It's foxgloves right here. But that's what I wanted right there. Now, Ingrid was putting all of hers, she would cut them into pieces, and she would put all these little pieces into like a fish box, tackle box kind of thing with the slots. And I thought that was great, but I would be digging a lot. I have a few that didn't fit on anything and weren't sticky. And they were moving around a lot, and I was worried they were going to get lost. I put them in this little old snack bag. I can't even read what I wrote on there ages ago. But this I keep in my stamping basket with all my stuff, so I can just grab it and use them, because I do use them a lot. But I started thinking maybe if I had a tub that was a little bit wider. Let me show you what I'm thinking. And this is all because of Ingrid. She inspired this. I could put them in there and dig through that a little more easily. And if I had I could put a few more in there. But I don't want it to be so overloaded that I can't find things and I'm digging and digging and digging. So Ingrid inspired that. But here I'm going to just clip this off real quick. And then the only other one I want over there is that book. Cat hair. There's cat hair everywhere. Whoever's going to get these better not be allergic to cats. But as you can see, almost everything I get is nature. Nature this and nature that. And then I wanted to get this book, because you can doodle on it, write like it would be a fun little writing spot on the page. So I thought I could stamp the heck out of that and make a whole bunch. And then down here, there's some nice text. And whoever gets this may not have a lot of mixed media sort of stamps. So that person can use those to make that kind of text, faint text in the background on anything. So that would be really nice to send along. This one is giving me heck. I am just going to put that in there like that. It's still safe from the dust that is moving everywhere. And then the last set I have a whole lot more that I don't think I'm going to cut them up. I think I'm going to leave them whole because of what they are. But on here, I want the cactus. There's two, and I like these two flowers to go with them. I am not into llamas. I hope that isn't devastating, but yeah, llamas are okay. I'm just not into them. And let's see, let me get up there. I have a bunch of stamps that say dream. I don't need another dream stamp. And I'm only keeping these little flowers because they're the right size to kind of play on my cacti stamps. I have a lot of those. They're all from Temu. At least the ones I have sitting over here I have to put away. Okay, so this is for the giveaway pile. And the good things about stamps, if you were to want these and you think you shouldn't get them, just remember They're not puppies and kittens. You don't have to take them outside. You don't have to clean out the cat box. You don't have to clean up the messes they make. Mine chew up cardboard and everything else they can get a hold of, my cats. And you don't have to feed them and water them. Stamps. So that's it. You know, if you want to take your stamps apart and get rid of all the stamps you don't use, this is a good way. And the sheets of acrylic are not expensive. And these little, whatever these pocket envelope things are called, you know, with the snaps, they're not expensive either. I bought one pack, and I went through, I don't even know how many pounds of woodblock stamps to get this many packs. What in the world am I doing? But there were so many, and I kept taking the wood blocks out and putting them in the trash can in the garage. And my husband came in the next day. He goes, "What did you put in the trash?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was a craft thing. They were wooden blocks from rubber stamps. I removed them." And he's like, "My God, I can't even get it out of the trash can." But yeah, you can take everything apart. You don't have to keep all that extra stuff. And this is a tiny pile. It's a pile. That's it in my closet in this room. I just set it down on top of some books. And it's so neat and tidy. I love it. Now, the acrylic stamps I keep in sheets for different sizes. And I take a lot of them and I stack them in a metal, like a chicken wire kind of basket. And then I have a bunch in a tub up on my table where I work. I'll show you. This is my tub. And in my tub, I have file folders that are labeled, so I know what I call things. You may not use the same title for a particular style of acrylic stamp, but this is just awesome. It's a little longer than the file folders, and you know, you can get in there and just stuff your stamps in there. You leave them in their little sleeves. It works for me, and that's probably the worst thing I have that's messy. And it's not messy. I'm not going to show you my table where I'm working because it's got this huge pile of junk right in front of that tub. So yeah, it's pretty neat for the mess I put in there.